So every now and again, we find something that we really like. We find a tool, a device, something that really just, it works for us. We're happy about it. I'm not going to speak for you. There's a million things that I found that work for me. So much so that my wife says I have to declutter. But this I'm specifically talking about, obviously, based on the title, is the Apple Watch. Before I get into it, I wouldn't mind it, or would you mind, sorry, if you could give me a like, subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. It would help a long way. So anyway, back to why the Apple Watch is dead to me. So this Apple Watch is something that I've used really primarily for its fitness functions and features. It's a device that I use to help me obviously measure some of the fitness activities and goals that I was trying to accomplish. In the meantime, it was taking up wrist real estate, and I was getting frustrated. I mean, I've had an Apple Watch for a number of years. I had version 1, version 2, 3, 7, and then ended up with the Ultra. I ended up getting sick of each and every one of them before the Ultra because they wouldn't even last 12 hours on a charge. It was brutal. So the Ultra actually answered that need, right? It lasted 2-3 days on a charge, and I wasn't stressing about having to charge it everywhere I went, every time I traveled for work. So it actually answered in a need for me to actually last longer. And that was part of it that kept it around on my wrist a little bit longer. But I'm like, I'm tired of it. I want to get back to my watches. I want a reason to wear a cool watch like the one I'm wearing today, my Casio. This thing is so nice. I'm so happy. It's one of the many watches that I have. It's probably one of my everyday watches now. It goes with just about everything. But before I get into, or I shouldn't say before I get into the Casio, I should probably just say I'll save the Casio review for another time. This thing is bad, dude. This is class, and it's class with features. It's awesome. Anyway, moving on. I got rid of the Apple Watch. How did I do it? I ended up getting a device called the Whoop. It's on this wrist, the one I eat with. So obviously it's my non-dominant one, for those who are keeping track out there. So I got the Whoop. Whoop does everything I need it to do. I mean, this thing measures everything: heart rate, steps, my stress. I don't think it's real stress though, because there's times where I'm stressed and it doesn't pick up anything. Joking, it actually takes your fitness stress and measures it to help you obviously push yourself more in when you're doing other exercises. So not a lot to sell you on the Whoop. I'm not getting paid to push the Whoop. I have nothing, no affiliation with them whatsoever. I'm just telling you a story about how I got off the Apple Watch, how I freed up wrist real estate so I can get back to wearing my watches. I'll put a link in the description below about the Whoop. Like I said, it does everything I would need it to do for fitness tracking. And I get back to wearing my cool watches that I've collected over the years, some of which I'll share on this channel and give you either a backstory to them or a review about them. And we'll go from there on the different watches that I have. That being said, the Whoop is non-assuming. There's a couple of features about it that I do like. I think it has effectively a lifetime warranty on the actual mechanics of it. You can see there's no screen, there's nothing on it. It just measures. It has the infrared underneath, which measures obviously all the things it needs to measure. It's way too complicated for me to even comprehend, let alone explain, but it does the job well. The other side of it is I think it's a subscription service. So I think it's like $200 a year. So really they give you this thing for free and you pay $200 a year for the services that they have. They have an app. I actually sound like I'm actually selling Whoop now. I'm going to stop. Let me get back to it. The point of the matter is I've gotten rid of the Apple Watch. It's completely dead to me. I tried to give it away to my kids. They didn't even want it. But, so I have moved on to the Whoop, and it does everything I need it to do because I don't use the Apple Watch for taking calls, sending texts, or any of that. And if you're in the same boat, you don't have to get a Whoop, but I highly recommend if you want to get back to wearing your watches, find something like that. It's really, I've had a smile on my face indefinitely since I got rid of the Apple Watch and started wearing my watches again. I forgot the joy that it brings you. It makes you happy. It's not that you're showing off. You just enjoy the things that your collection, the things that you have a little bit of pride in. I dig it. Hopefully you dig yours as well. Again, thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. And then if you have any comments, throw them in the comment section. And hopefully you'll see me again here. Appreciate it.